All right, this is my sprint 4 for engine 2, so this was more advanced collision testing. First of all was every collidable has its default B-sphere. You create that when you set the model, no matter what, and it's updated accordingly every frame. So that's all good, and then there's the group AABB for the collidable groups. So this is a collidable group, and they each have their own AABB. In the collision manager, first, before you do all the the test commands, you want to create the AABs for each collidable group, and you only do it once per group per frame. Loop through all the collision groups and update the group AABB for each one. So this is how I'm doing that. I'm basically starting with the first thing in the collection and making that the initial AABB, and then summing everything else until it encompasses everything. Yeah, and then you process the collisions. So in the actual pair command, or in the commands, kind of a mess, but I tried to comment it thoroughly. So you start with do the groups intersect, then does one B sphere intersect with the other group's ABB, then the B spheres, then the actual volumes. So to test that, I'm first going to do the pair. So let me get to a good spot. Basically, you can see that the AABB, the group AABB for the frigates, is updating correctly. It's a red because the two groups are colliding. They overlap there. And then out here, the frigate is pink because it's not colliding with that group AABB, but then when it collides, it's orange. That's why all those are orange. And then if I go up to a cottage, and by the way, these are the default B spheres for the frigates. Yeah. And then if I go up to a cottage, then if I intersect, right now I'm intersecting with the, okay, so if I intersect with just the B sphere, if I can position it right. So right now only the B spheres are intersecting, so they are both yellow, but then the blue actual collision volumes aren't intersecting. But then when you actually intersect, they turn red, and you can see the message down here. So, and this is a OOBB AABB, that cottage is AABB, but this cottage is OOBB, or OBV, and it works the same, and then this one's B sphere, and it works the same. So, yeah, it's doing the tiered stuff correctly, I believe. If I do self, it won't even draw. When I do self, I'm not even drawing the collision group because it doesn't matter. But I'm drawing the default B spheres, and all of these have OBBs as their actual chosen type. So if I go like this, the B spheres are, actually, I need a little bit. I think it's not drawing them. Okay, this one it draws. Hold on. This one it actually draws yellow. We talked about the limitations of the visualizer, but so if I intersect with the B sphere, it'll draw yellow, but then the actual collision volumes aren't intersecting. But then if I go in further, then they actually intersect. So anyway, I think I'm rambling a lot, but that all seems to be doing well. In terms of personal project, have made some progress on buttons. So last time when I submitted, the hover also was kind of working, but not quite. But I managed to get it working. It's annoying. I think Azul sometimes uses 00 up here and then sometimes 00 is down there, so whatever. But these two are text blocks and they are hoverable, so when you hover over them, they change color. So that's nice. I could also added in text. I didn't have that last week either. I made a way where you can set text. Right now it always goes to the top corner as the anchor point for the text, but that's going to be next on my list you can change the anchor point, but it's always up there for now. And then this is a button, so it doesn't have a hoverable behavior yet. I just didn't add it to this one. But when you click on the button, you can actually change it. So yeah, from a user perspective, this is them building the page. So they build the two text blocks, and then this is how you build a button. You add it so that it's drawable and clickable. You position it, and you can set the stuff. And then in that button object, which inherits from button, you can just do the on-click, fill out the on-click method, which is virtual, so it will be called when a click happens. And basically in the page, if I added a mouse tracker, which detects when a mouse is clicked, and if it is clicked, then you loop through all of the clickables and check if they are overlapping, if the mouse is overlapping with them, and then if they are, then you call on click. So yeah, that was all that, and then the set strings stuff I did as well. So yeah, the next big thing I think is like grouping things together. I didn't update my planning document, but I'm just have the same plan. I don't think it's changed much, and I think it's all pretty doable, considering I have, input working decently. The game is still has not been touched, so no need to look at that or the document. I know I need to do it, but it has continually been at the bottom of my list. But I will work on it at some point. So yeah, that's all I have for this sprint. I'm closing out the video.